camera's so close. I'm used to all be in the back. I barely noticed you.
Right. Good morning, everyone. Or I should say good afternoon, I guess. Welcome to Talladega Superspeedway. We're going to start with our media availabilities with Danica Patrick, driver of the number 10 GoDaddy Chevrolet. And Danica, you recently recorded the most top 10s all time by a female driver, passing Janet Guthrie. Talk a little bit about your season this year and how you would, rate that overall at this point.
I think we get rated in the point standings every year, so that's usually how people think of the season and how it's going. But it's going better. It's going better than it has yet in Cup. I think that we definitely, as a team, had challenges put on our plate to start the year off with new crew chief and me being a new driver for him, and just a lot of changes overall. But I think that we've overcome them really well, and we still have our tough and rough weekends, but I feel like as personalities we work together well, and we get upset and we have our moments, but we are able to communicate really well during. So I think that our professionalism and sort of staying even keel with each other is what's allowing us to be able to get the most out of each race weekend and each race themselves. So I think that in general it's going pretty well, and it makes me look forward to where we will evolve to, because in my mind, for the most part, it really can only get better as we are still learning each other and learning what setups work for me and what changes work for me. So makes me excited.
All right, we'll go ahead and take questions for Danica. If you have one, please raise your name and state your name and affiliation, and I'm sorry, I can't see.
Raise your name.
Sorry, Jordan, go ahead. Jordan
Bianchi, SBNation.com. Danica, are you any more or less confident coming into Daytona or Talladega because of your ability on restrictor plate tracks?
I would say that's probably a question I've got since I first started in NASCAR. And I would say as time goes, I really don't feel much different other than I feel like I'm getting better overall and able to get speed out of myself and in the race, especially on all kinds of different tracks. So that's more in my control and in our control as a team. So the results are a little bit more imaginable, a little bit more trust. You could trust what you're able to do a little bit more. So we're on a speedway. Who knows? To me, they were in the beginning, especially my opportunities to have really good finishes. But I don't think that's the case anymore. So now they feel very similar to me. They just feel a lot more about, I'm thinking more about the luck side of it than probably the potential to have my really good races, because I feel like we're able to do that here and there on lots of other tracks now. I've been comfortable in the draft since I started in Indy cars. So I'm just saying, like, they've been my comfort zone from the beginning, which is the draft.
All right, we'll go Jay and then Bob. Go ahead, Jay.
Jay Pennell with Fox Sports. Given the news that GoDaddy's going to be leaving, how do you limit those distractions of questions about sponsors and worrying about sponsors as you continue to go through the season? And do you think this is, obviously you never want a situation like this to come about, but is this really the best possible time for it, given the run of success that you've had in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's it was good that that GoDaddy gave us as a team time to find someone else for that role, either someone new or one of my great partners that already exists that wants to step up. It's as tolerable as a situation as you could imagine. But, for me, it's a little bit bittersweet. I look at pictures of me in the suit and in the pictures of the car, and I think about, I can't believe it won't be the green GoDaddy car anymore. But, in fact, that's actually what I said to them on the phone. I spoke to Phil and Blake, who are in charge of making those big phone calls and making those big decisions. And I said, are you guys okay that you're not going to see a green car out there anymore? That's actually what I said to them. So, but on the other hand, my relationship with GoDaddy will still continue. It's just going to look a little bit different from an overall standpoint. I think we're going to continue on, obviously, with the things that I have been doing for them as of late, more smaller events, more specific events for them, as opposed to just trying to get their name out there. As they've said, they have 81% brand awareness in America. So the program worked. It worked so well that they've evolved. And but I'm glad to still be with them, and I'm glad that they gave us time to find someone else for that position.
All right, Bob, go ahead.
Bob Hocker, ESPN.com. How long do you focus on trying to remain at Stewart-Haas, and when do you start really listening and discussing options with other teams?
Bob, I feel like you read that one. Did you read that one? It looked like you read that one. That's not normal. Is it? Oh, do you think before you speak? Like, I don't. You try? I suppose you write, so I don't. I really am happy at Stewart-Haas, and they're working hard already to find someone for the new primary position. My team is working to find someone for the new primary position. So I think at this point in time, we're moving forward with all those intentions, but I guess it is on some level open season in a lot of areas. So I don't think you can ever say never, of course, but I am happy where I'm at right now.
All right, we're going to go to Claire.
Claire B. Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. You were talking about your team. How do you look at this? For example, what kind of conversations have you had with Tony? If you would get a multifaceted sponsor, it might not be as much, say, money as GoDaddy. You have your own major management company that can be working on this. How does that all fit together? What sort of needs and conversations have you had about what you want?
Well, to imagine that this scenario was not possible is a lie, of course. I mean, we knew that it was possible that GoDaddy would go away. So I think that we're all ready and prepared to move on and to figure other things out. And so, I don't know exactly. I'm fortunate that I have such great people working around me that they don't have to let me in on every day-to-day conversation they have and what's happening. It's really only the big things and the things that they might need me for. So I don't know exactly what conversations have gone on before this happened or right now, but I know that we're working towards finding sponsors, and that includes on my side, so my agent will try as well. And so it's a collaborative effort, and I know that they talk frequently, and it's all to get the 10 car back out on the track. So I haven't talked to Tony about it yet, so I will talk to him and say pretty much what I've said to anyone I've seen that had happened is, I'm sorry, this is our new scenario. But on the other hand, GoDaddy's been really great. I say that, and it's like, it sounds like such a letdown that they've had, but they've been phenomenal. Like, they have been an enormous supporter through every transition. I mean, they supported me when I just wanted to run nationwide to get experience. So they've been great, but it is a new scenario, and we're going to have to figure it out, and it is a challenge, no doubt. Finding primary sponsors is a challenge, but I feel confident that of all the people to find sponsors, I believe in my agent and my team. And we'll figure it out.
All right, we're going to go to Nate and Kenny.
Nate Ryan, NBC Sports. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Okay. I know beggars can't be choosers when it comes to like a sponsorship hunt, but you command a little bit more sway in terms of your typical driver.
My hair?
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Will you be involved in the process? I know you said you're going to let them handle day to day, but
yeah.
Is there a sponsor that a dream sponsor that you'd like to have? I know you're big on branding. Like,
yeah.
Is there a particular category you want?
I mean, I am very fortunate that somebody asked me if I can, if it's a matter of just going out and picking your new sponsor, and or if I've been able to do that sort of a thing, and I've been very fortunate as a brand being able to be somewhat picky about who it is. For me, it will be more about what their plan is and my 2 cents as to whether or not I think that how it fits in or how I fit in. And you know what I've found is that companies are extremely open to your ideas as a driver or as, a personal idea that I believe will work, because it's in this day and age, it's about authenticity, and people can see through it pretty quick and easy. And and your personality shines so much better when you're in a program that is something that you enjoy and you're having fun with and is, a part of you. So I think that, like I said, we've able to be a little selective. I don't think it's so easy as to just say a company and go get them and have everything you want. We try, no doubt, but I think that it's more about becoming part of the process with the marketing and the branding, and to make it all work, and being a little bit selective. But yeah, it's a tougher environment than it's ever been. So you also have to be open-minded.
All right, we're going to go to Kenny, Alan, and then we're going to end with Jenna. Please keep your questions as short as you can, just because we're short on time.
I'm going to miss practice up in here.
Kenny Bruce with NASCAR.com. Danica, you've been through several of the, here we go, straight back. You've been through the different qualifying formats on the super speedways. I was just wondering what your take is of the change for this weekend, which is going to, again, be different from what you guys have been used to.
Ricky and I looked at each other this morning and we go, I'm so glad the qualifying has changed. It just was, I feel like, a very unnecessary stress for everybody. I mean, the amount of conversations, meetings with drivers, and I felt like I was on Survivor and trying to make alliances, and finding out the best thing to do was to not have any and just be the one that tags onto the group, because nobody really cared if it was just one car. But when a group of 5 saw you, you're like, ooh, I can't have all 5 of those going faster. So apparently I wouldn't have made it on Survivor then, because I was trying to make too many alliances. I'm relieved for sure. I think that it's a relief, got to be a relief for the teams too, for a lot of teams anyway. And like Ricky and I were talking about, it was tough to think that, a car that might not be fast enough to qualify on its own could be on the front row, but that was the scenario we were in. So, I think more than anything for teams like Stewart Haas and big teams that have fast cars on the speedway, it's an opportunity to display their talents and their abilities as car builders, and the positions that they've earned at great teams. As drivers get lucky enough to drive them, but on the other hand, we've also earned our spots too. So it's just more of a relief than anything that it's traditional and, well, generally traditional. I think it's much quicker though, right? We get 1 lap, so but hopefully our car's fast. I guess that's what I would say now.
All right, we'll take our final question from Alan. Go ahead, Alan. You're good? All right, Danica, we appreciate your time today.
Did you forget Jenna?
No, Jenna.
Oh. Yeah, go ahead. You want to phrase it differently? It depends. I mean, as a journalist, if I didn't give you the answer you're looking for, you could go ahead and just rephrase the question and maybe you'll get it.
All right, Danica, we appreciate your time today.
Who's the guy who gives the same answer every time? What's his name? No. Marshawn Lynch. He give you the Marshawn Lynch. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.